Hey everyone, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Let me just get situated real here. How's everybody doing today? Are you ready for another live class? I am excited. I'm trying to figure out why my live is not going on YouTube. Not sure what's going on there. And I don't know how to fix that. Okay, if you're here and you're joining me on Facebook, could you leave me a comment and let me know that you're here with me today? I'm going to move this down just a tad. Okay, sorry, I am running a little late this afternoon because it started raining. It's cold out. It's cold here, and for us in South Texas, if it gets below 50 degrees for some of us, it's cold. So it's like, I think it's 30 degrees right now. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. The weather says it is currently 45 degrees and it's raining. We have two outside cats. They're like barn cats. And one of them, she was shriveled up. She was like curled up, sitting by the kitchen door, trying to get the heat from the draft coming out of the door. So I went outside to put a couple of towels over a bench that I have out there so that she could huddle up underneath the towels and try to stay warm, because she'll go into the garage, but she likes to sit by that door for some reason. And so I just wanted to make sure that she had a warm place to sit up. Sorry, let me adjust. I'm sitting on my sweater. I'm going to adjust that real quick. Let me look and see. This says I'm connected to YouTube as well. All right. I haven't gotten a notification saying that I'm live. And it still says it's upcoming. Okay, well, I'm not real sure how to fix that. So we're going to go ahead and just go with being live on Facebook. If you were here with me Monday, we did coffee and a card. We do coffee and a card on Mondays, and we created this cute little card. Just a really simple, cute card. I think it took half an hour to create, using the Heart Shaped Bundle, which is what we're going to be using today. We're going to do 3 more projects using this bundle. I'm going to show you how to get as much use out of it as possible. They're all using the same designer series paper, which was the Adorned Hearts, which is unfortunately sold out. But Stampin' Up! Has another online exclusive designer series paper called something elegance. I don't know. It's in the description. If you got my email this morning, it should be in the description too. But it's a really pretty paper. It has colors like Mellow Mambo, Royal Red, Cherry Cobbler, Gold. It's got some really pretty colors. Now, if you place a $35 order in my online store today using the host code in the description box, you will get the card kits from today's class. I will send you the card kits from today's class and an additional kit for the card that we created on Monday. Let's see. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Okay, so card kits, $35 in my $35 order in my online store, and you will get those 4 kits for free as my free thank you. And right now is Celebration. If you're not familiar with Celebration, every year Stampin' Up! Does a celebration where they offer several different products for free. So this year, for every $60 that you order, so if you have a $60 order, you get to choose 1 free item from the Celebration catalog. If your order goes up to $120, you get to choose another Celebration item. And so for every $60 that you spend between now and February the 28th, you get to choose a free item from the Celebration catalog. If you don't have the catalogs, you can just send me a message and say, hey, I would like to have a catalog, or you can visit my website. Link is in the description box. Visit my website. There are links on my website. One of the posts, I think it's 2 days ago, there's a post for the digital versions of the new mini catalog, the celebration catalog, and the new scrapbooking catalog. I will also post them. I'll post those links on my Facebook page. I'll do like a separate post for each one of the catalogs for those. I'm going to turn my camera down. Let me get to my Facebook page real quick and make sure everything is going okay over here. Yep, looks like it. Okay. I like to check, I like to watch my Facebook because it shows me if people are watching on Facebook or not. And I can also see your comments on my screen from Facebook and YouTube, but evidently not YouTube today because it's not here. So what I'll do is when I'm done, I'll be sure to post the video over to Facebook. All right, let me turn my camera down. I may have to adjust things a little bit. I moved my camera. Oh, that's not straight. Okay, if I move it this way. All right, there we go. Maybe I'll just move my chair over. It'll be a little better. And I'm gonna put, let's see. All right, how's that? Is that good? Okay, this is the bundle that we're gonna be using today to create our cards. I'm gonna start, this is a celebration product. So for $120, you can earn this stamp set and dies. So it's a bundle, okay? So you get the stamp set, all of these stamps, and these dies in the bundle. Right now, I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm just gonna go over a few announcements really quick. So this is the celebration catalog. If you want the digital copy, hang on, I'm gonna adjust this so I can get into my frame there. Sorry. Okay, like I said, I took my iPad down, and so I might have to adjust a little bit. All right, so celebration, it's from January 7th to February 28th. You can order for every $60 that you spend on any product from the Stampin' Up annual catalog to the new mini catalog. You get to choose a celebration item from this mini. And they have like, it's this is a free stamp set. These are $60 purchases. So this is a kit, this is paper. This one's really cute. I've seen a lot of demonstrators using the friendly seagulls. So this is one. There's an embossing folder, another stamp set, just some really cute things. What we're going to be using today is this bundle right here on page 12. Look at all the cute different designs, the different ideas that you have to use this product. So it's not just for Valentine's Day or love. You can make spring cards with it, thank you cards, you know, but it's really cute. And then here are some more of the items. All right, I'm gonna put this down here. The new mini catalog is live. If you need either one of these catalogs, you can fill out the request form for me. There's a link on my website, stampedeninc.com, in the sidebar to request a catalog. I believe there should be links to the catalogs on my website. Like I said, I'll put links for those. If you just want to look at the digital copies, I'll put links for them on my Facebook business page later. The new mini catalog, let me find it. I love the sweets. I am going to start this year, I'm going to start offering a club, a subscription club, where you'll get all the products to create 4 to 5 projects. I'm still working out the details. This is going to be the suite that I'll be working with for my first kit. And I should have all that information live tomorrow. I will post it on my website. I'll send it out in an email, and I'll also post links to it on my Facebook page. So if you're interested in a club, I'll also do a video giving you all the details too. But if you're interested in a subscription club, it'll be a recurring monthly club, something that I do every month. And if you're interested in that, these are the products that I'm going to be using for the first month. You'll get about $20 to $25 in Stampin' Up product, plus all of the cardstock and things, envelopes that you need to make the projects, a PDF and a video tutorial on how to create the projects. Okay, there's that. Don't forget that paper pumpkin. If you would like to get the Hearts for You paper pumpkin kit, you need to be subscribed by tomorrow, the end of the day tomorrow. There's a link in the description if you would like to subscribe. I believe it's $28 a month once tax and everything is included, but you get a whole box. I just went to a crop last, I don't know, a couple weeks ago maybe, and that's all I did was I put together paper pumpkin kits. Also, during celebration we have a new starter kit promotion. For $99, you have two options. Option one, you can either choose $125 in product of your choice, and you receive a free stamp, the free handmade design stamp sets, and you get to choose 2 sets of Stampin' Write markers, whatever you want. Or option two, you can choose $155 in product, whatever product you want. It's a shopping spree, $99 plus shipping. There's no obligation to sell. There's, you don't have to run it like a business. You can be your own best customer, be a hobby demo. I'd love to have you as part of my team. We have a great community, and we do monthly card swaps, challenges. So we'd love to have you. Also, the new scrapbooking brochure is live. I will also post links for that if you're interested in scrapbooking. I looked at it the other day, just kind of glanced through it. Oh my gosh, I think I want one of everything. One of everything. All right. If you would like the PDF for today's projects, you can go over to my blog, stampedinink.com, and you can download it. It's at the end of today's post. So if you would like the PDF, it has all the measurements for the projects that we're going to be creating, and also a list of supplies that we used, and just a reminder for the paper pumpkin. If you just download a copy of the PDF, all of the links in the digital PDF are live. So if you click on the host, if you click on the host code link, it'll take you straight to a shopping cart with that host code attached. Same thing for this link here. If you click to subscribe here, it's going to take you to my paper pumpkin page, and you can register, you can subscribe to paper pumpkin. So, and also here at the bottom, there's a link to my blog. You can click on that. All right, let's get started. If you're here watching, please leave me a comment. Also, don't forget to like and share the video for today, and I'll put your name in a drawing to win the... I just lost my train of thought. Man, 50 and your brain just goes. Like and share this video, and I will enter your name in a drawing to win the completed projects for this week. So you'll get the project from Coffee and a Card on Monday, and then you'll get the 3 completed projects for today. Please be sure to comment that you shared the video. You can just do shared. If we're not friends on Facebook, it won't tell me that you shared it. So, or if you're not following my page, I don't think it will tell me that you shared it. So if you want to be entered in the drawing, please share and then just comment shared. So that way I'll be sure to get your name into the drawing. Okay. All right. So these are the 3 projects that we're going to be creating today. I've got 2 little foam folds, and nope, we're not doing that one. This is the one we did on Monday. I have 2 fun folds and 1 simple card. All right, so this is going to be the first card that we're going to create. And then we're going to create this card here that is a gift card holder. Okay. And then this is just a mini flip card. Okay. We're going to start off with the simplest. We're going to go simple to, you know what? Let's mix it up today. You want to go complicated to simple? Let's do that. All right, so we're going to start with this one. This card is I call it a mini flip card. It might be called something different. I don't know. This is got some heat embossing. So let's go ahead and start with this one. We're going to start with just a regular 4 1/4 by 5. Well, it's really coming down. It's really coming down right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with a basic thick white cardstock base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to grab my silicone mat here. And then we have, hold on, guys, I'm sorry. My little dog hates the rain, and so she's going to want in this room with me right now. Sorry about that. Come on, Penny. Come on, baby. She really hates the rain. We have a special thunder jacket for her too. It's one of those, like a compression jacket that fits around her really, really super tight. Okay, let me scoot my chair up a little. Grab a drink real quick. Sorry. All right. We're going to go ahead and take this designer series paper. Also, if you place an order before Sunday at midnight, I'll send you the card kits for free. However, the card kits will include this adorned designer series paper that is retired. I already had these designed before the paper went out of stock, and they had it on clearance, and so I ordered several packets of it, and I just really liked it, and I wanted to make some Valentine's Day cards, some, just some cute cards, so I ordered several packs. So this will be the designer series paper that you will get in your kits. Okay, now we have a piece. Hold on, let me grab my PDF so I can tell you. This one has a lot of layers. I'm going to set this over to the side right here so I have my little cheat sheet. Okay, so the designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4. Then we're going to have another basic white piece that is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down too. Just use my multi-purpose adhesive and glue this down to the center. And probably her little tags. It's coming down pretty hard. She hates the rain. All right. Then we have a piece of real red cardstock that is 8 1/2 by 3 1/4, and we're folding it at 4 1/4. Okay. Take my bone folder, and I'm going to give that a good crease. Then we're going to just glue the back side. And the hearts on this are directional, so make sure that your card is opening the correct way. I'm going to glue this down here. It is so cold outside. We have one of those kitty seats, a kitty ledge for my cat that has the big suction cups on it. And it is so cold outside right now that the suction cups won't even stick to the window. He was sitting in it the other day, or I went to put him down in it the other day, and it busted. It like popped off the window. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and glue our layer to the inside. And this one is a 3x4, I believe. Yes, 3x4. And I think my directions are incorrect. You should have 2 pieces that are 3x4. So I'll have to go fix the PDF too. This is where you can write your little note. All right, now that we have that, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to grab another 3x4 inch piece of paper and my Real Red ink. Grab my Real Red ink pad. And I'm going to take the heart stamp set from, I'm going to take the heart stamp, not stamp set. I'm going to take the heart stamp and just ink it up in this Real Red ink. Make sure I have some good coverage. Then I'm going to take, hold on. Sorry, it looks like there's some adhesive on the paper. I don't want to stamp on top of that. Okay, so pounce, pounce, pounce. You don't have to press really hard on your stamps. It's just it's a pouncing kind of motion. I'm going to put the heart a little to the top and just stamp it down. I'm going to give it just a second so that that paper can absorb that ink. There we go. All right. I'm going to close this up so I don't stick my fingers in it. Set this aside over here. Then I went ahead and cut this out ahead of time. This is the heart die. This is the die right here from the bundle, and it cuts out this image right here. It also leaves you, in the negative space, it leaves you like a heart with kind of a filigree corner that you could use for something else if you wanted to. I'm going to grab my tweezers and hold this while I put some glue. I could use adhesive sheets, and I have tried using adhesive sheets with this, and I just couldn't get it to work. Now, if you have a sticker maker, like a Xyron sticker maker, you could run this through that sticker maker and that would work, but it's just as easy for me to use the liquid glue. And I'm not putting liquid glue everywhere. I'm just putting it in a little bit of liquid glue in spots, like the wider spots on this die. Because I really want the edges of the leaves here to kind of just be free, not be glued down. All right, now I'm going to take, and you're going to see the top of my head here. I am going to line this up. And I also like using the multi-purpose adhesive because it gives you a little wiggle room. I'm trying to line it up with the outline of the heart as well as I can. All right, there you have it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to the front of our card using the adhesive. You could use snail, I mean, they used to call it snail. It's not called snail anymore, is it? Stampin' Seal. You could use, whatever adhesive you like to use. Make sure we have this in the center here. Get that glued down, set that off to the side. Okay, now on to the fun stuff. I'm taking just a scrap piece of real red cardstock, and the sentiment from the stamp set, the little saying that says, "Just because I care." You could also use "My heart loves your heart" or the hello. I'm going to grab my Versamark ink. Maybe I'm not. It's over here. I thought I had it. Let me go ahead. I have my heat gun plugged in over there, but let me plug it in over here real quick. All right. Okay. So we're taking our, actually, I need my embossing buddy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm just going to run it over the cardstock. Doesn't have to be heavy, but basically what it does is it takes the static off of the cardstock so that you don't have, your embossing powder doesn't stick to anything but the So I'm going to stamp, give it a minute, make sure I got a good stamp. Then I'm going to grab my embossing powder, scrap piece of paper. Okay. And I'm just going to lightly and it looks like that's covered really well. Okay, then I'm going to pick up my paper and carefully pour that back into the bottle. Okay, I'm going to grab my tweezers so I do not get my fingers. It's going to be a little noisy, sorry. All right, just like that. Put this down there. I don't want that to melt that. Set it off to the side here. Then I am going to grab my little mini cut and emboss, and I'm going to grab the label die. Hey Rondi, I just saw it. Embossing is, I just saw that you're here. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, heat embossing is like magic. This is what got me started. It got me hooked on Stampin' Up to begin with. I had some friends invite me over to their house to just come stamp with us. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know, stamping, whatever. Okay, sure, no problem. And I thought, well, it'll be a fun time to hang out with friends, right? And they showed me heat embossing, and I was hooked. I was like, I need one of everything. I'm making all my Christmas cards this year. So just give me an order form and let's go. And then I thought, you know, I'm my own best customer. So I just went ahead and signed up. I'm going to layer this, and I'm just going to use some Post-it note tape to hold that down. And we're going to run it through really quick. Put this stuff away so I don't lose anything. All right, grab our card, and I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals, which I don't have there. They are right here. Okay, I'm going to put probably 4 mini dimensionals on the back of this, maybe just 3. We'll stick it down right here in the center. Then I'm going to grab my iridescent pearls. Add a few to each side here. Whoops, that one went flying. And there's project number 1. So cute. All right, we're gonna move on to our little gift card holder. And I have everything, pretty much everything all cut out, I believe. Except for, I think I need to cut the heart out. All right, so this is a this is 4 1/4 by 11, and then we scored it at 2.5 and at 5.5. And so what you'll do is you'll just fold it like your regular card, like your, regular greeting card. And then the little flap that's scored at 2.5, you're gonna fold that in. That's gonna make your pocket for the gift card. Okay, I'm gonna grab a punch. I'm just using 1 1/4 punch. And I'm just gonna punch just a little notch. Right out of the center. So you can have you'll have like a little pull tab for your gift card. All right, and I'm going to use my multi-purpose adhesive again to glue the sides down because, like I said, it's rainy and humid here. So it is, my tear and tape and all that stuff is not going to stick very well. Grab my silicone mat, and then I'm just going to run a tiny bead of glue along each edge. I'm going to grab my little clothespins and put a clothespin, 2 clothespins on each side just to hold it down. And then I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. Okay? And we'll work on our card front. So the card front, that is 4¼ by 5. I have lost it. Thank you. I'm really liking this set. I love this little bundle. It's so cute. So it's 4 by 5¼ and then this next piece is 3¾ by 5. Look at the back of this paper, and it's so pretty. So if you, like I said, if you place a $35 order in my online store, I will send you the card kits for these projects for free, and it's going to come with this paper, but this paper is retired. When I purchased it and I created the cards, it was available. It's not available now. However, there is another pack of designer series paper that is, it's called Marbled Elegance, that is as equally beautiful, and it has more colors. It has my favorite color, Melon Mambo, so it's got more of the pinks in it, and my favorite red is Cherry Cobbler, and it's got that red in it too. So we're just going to layer these two here. I'm going to grab a scrap of white. Hold it, please. See, have one. Let me just cut something real quick. Told you, 12 o'clock just snuck up on me today. I was outside trying to take care of my poor little kitty cat so she didn't freeze to death. She was, normally they just hang out in the garage, and she wasn't doing that today. It started raining. I don't know if she was ready for second breakfast. That's what we call lunch, a second breakfast. I don't know if she was ready for second breakfast. So yeah, the gold swirls are really pretty in this paper. In the Marbled Elegance paper, they have the reds with the gold and the pinks with the gold. It's really pretty too. All right, I've got a 3 by 3 inch square. I'm going to grab the heart die from this bundle. We're going to put it in our little cut and emboss machine and crank it through and get ourselves a cute little embellishment. All right, so when you take this, you could even, if you did it the right way, like if you positioned it on the right square, you could end up with, you could do like a shadow of some, like you could, use this on your cardstock. So you could use this, or you could use this piece that comes from the center. And then, fuzzy stuck on my fingers from my sweater. Use this piece here. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it. Yeah, it's going to be really pretty. I love the paper. I have a feeling that that paper is going to go pretty quick. Got yuckies on my bottle. It's funny, against this white background, I have a hard time seeing. So my right eye doesn't focus, so I need this silicone mat underneath it so I can tell, my depth perception is off a little bit. So I can tell where the cardstock, where the embellishment or the little cutout ends and the, does that make sense? The table begins, because if it's all one color, it all seems to run together. All right, there we go. I think that's plenty. And I'm gonna position it over to the left a little bit because you want to leave room for your little sentiment piece. Okay, now I'm going to take a scrap and I'm going to use the little sentiment that says, my thoughts of you are all heart shaped. Okay, we're going to grab some real red ink. It does work for gluing for sure. I use it with all of my glue. I use it with the adhesive, with I keep calling it snail and I know it's not snail, with the, what is this, a Stampin' Seal, right? I mean, like years ago it used to be this one, and I still have so much of it, right? It used to be this one, which was the snail adhesive, and now they've gone to Stampin' Seal. So it works with this one, it works with the tear and tape, it works for all of them. All right, I'm gonna put this kind of in the center because I want to make sure that my die is going to fit all the way around it. I did that the other day and I stamped it too close to the top, and when I tried to run it through my die cut machine, it didn't work. Now I'm going to grab my stylish shapes dies, which are my favorite. My favorites, they retired, the deckled edge circles and the deckled edge rectangles. They retired both of those and I was so upset. So this has become, this one and the Nested Essentials and the Spotlight on Nature dies, those have slowly started becoming my favorite multi-use dies. All right, give me some room over here. I have a very small little work area that I can work from. So I have to kind of keep it tidy, otherwise I lose things. And all right, we're gonna put this right in the center of that circle. I'm gonna use my Post-it note tape so it doesn't move on me. Lord willing, it doesn't move on me. All right. I know. How dare they? They got rid of so many of the good ones. Yeah, but they have another one now. But they're odd shaped. They're not perfect circles. They're not perfect circles. They're kind of like off shaped. They look like distorted bubbles, you know, and I'm kind of excited. I want, those are in my, those are on my next wish list. I'm building up my wish list here. Slowly but surely. I'm going to move these catalogs out of my way real quick because they're on my table down here and they're in my way. All right, put that over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab some dimensionals, which are over here. And I'm going to use 2 dimensionals. Take the backings off. And we're going to layer it right about there. Now, I went ahead and pre-cut the little flowers. I used the little flower die from the bundle and went ahead and cut out the 3 little flowers. Ooh. If I can get them out of here. All right, I'm going to use my glue dots. In the center, 1, 2, 3. Trying to watch my time too. Which ones? Which ones which ones are on the online exclusive. This heart-shaped bundle is part of Celebration. So it's one that you can earn when you spend $120 during Celebration. You get to pick it free out of the Celebration. Is that what you were asking, Rondi? Or the circles that I was talking about. All right, I'm going to stick one of the flowers right under there. And I'm going to take the next one. Yes, the bubble dies. Let me show you. Was it part of the online exclusives? Hold on. I don't think so. I think, do you have one of the new mini catalogs? So I think, they released, Stampin' Up! Released everything at one time. They did all the online exclusives. They did the scrapbook catalog, the Celebration catalog. They just, online exclusives, they released everything at one time. This one, is there in the back of the catalog, usually they have dies, birthday. Yes, so I don't see the dies listed here, so they must be part of the online exclusive. So and they come with a stamp set. It's like a birthday stamp set, and I don't think they're called bubble dies. That's just what they look like to me. They're very, I don't know, they were so cute. I saw somebody had done a project with them. So yes, they are part of the online exclusives because they're not in the mini catalog. And I should have written the name down yesterday, and I didn't do it. I got busy. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to put one of our flowers here. And then our last little flower right down there. Okay. Oh, this one's not positioned right. Let's see. We're going to do it like that. Okay. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pearls. We're just going to put one pearl in the center of each little flower. Like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab my card base. I'm going to burnish this one more time. Then make sure your card is going to open this way. So you want to make sure that you only glue this portion here. I'm just going to put some glue on the card base instead of trying to figure out how far over I can come on the front. So I'm going to leave myself a little border and put some glue there. And I probably should be using my silicone mat for this. And make sure you have a border. Push that down. And then your card will open just like this. You'll put your little gift card right there in the slot. I'm going to grab my ribbon. Man, I just didn't have anything where it was supposed to be today. Normally I have it all right here. Is that what they're called? Odd shaped? Did you just look it up? Odd shaped circles? I'm just making a little bow. Hold on. I'm freezing. In this room, I am cold all the time. Our house is over 100 years old. We bought a very old house. It's about 2,100 square feet, and it's on pier and beam. Yes, they just look like odd shapes. They do. Our house is over 100, like I said, over 100 years old, and we started renovating it when we moved in 2006, and we've kind of gone room by room and just renovated. My dad was a carpenter by trade. That was one of his first jobs. He built houses with his brother. And so my husband is very, very handy. And so Daddy just kind of came alongside of us and helped us do everything. And then he got sick during our kitchen renovation in 2018. He was diagnosed with cancer anyway, and he passed away. And so we have not been doing our renovations like we used to. But let me get to the point. It's cold in this house. It is not very well insulated because back in the early 1900s, when they built houses, they didn't have insulation, right? Because it was hot down here. It gets in over 100. And so you could just open up the door and the breeze would come from the front of the house to the back of the house. Well, I grew up on pier and beam when I was a kid, and I don't remember our house being as high off of the ground as ours is. Ours is probably 3 feet. Thank you. About 3 feet off of the ground. I mean, it's high. We're up there. You have to go up 4 steps to get onto our front porch to get into the house. And where we live at, there's a river just down the road, and all of the wind seems to come from the north because we have the bay at the front part of us. So about 5 or 6 miles, we have, the ocean. And then on this side, we have a river. So we're just kind of covered. And where we're at, we're on top of a hill, so we get a breeze all the time. When it gets cold like this, that breeze whips up underneath our house and gets cold. Our floors get cold, everything gets cold. When I start doing these videos, I get so hot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the lights, maybe I'm nervous. I don't know. But it is cold in this house. Like, we could run our heater all day long and it would never catch up. So my husband always says, the craft room is the middle room in the house. And he says, turn on the space heater, hunker down in the craft room. It's going to be cold. So the dogs come in. I got a dog bed. The cats and the dogs lay in front of the space heater. And I craft. But it is, I make sure to dress warm. My poor mom, she can't even come over to visit because she's just cold all the time. All right. Let's get this straight. And there you have our second card. Okay? Isn't that cute? I just love it. I love it. I love the little flowers. I love how pretty. I just like it. Like it. Okay. Last one. Pretty simple. It's card base, card front, designer series card front, stamp, and then a die and a bow. That's it. And I already went ahead and cut out the die. So we have our card front, which is 4 1/4 by 11. We are going to score it at, which mine didn't score even, and that irritates me. Okay. So now we have I believe it does. I love designer series paper. Just makes the card. I could do designer series paper and just a sentiment with a bow and I would be happy, but I do like to paper piece. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna take the heart stamp again. We're gonna stamp on the designer series paper with the heart stamp. We're kind of making our little triangle. So we'll have the stamped image here, the cutout image here, and then the sentiment and your bow here. So you kind of have your little triangle going on. And this paper, the hearts, it is directional, so make sure that your hearts are going the right way when you stamp. How many times have we done that? Stamp in the wrong direction. All right, I'm gonna go down to the left just a little bit, put a little pressure, let the ink soak in. Voila, how pretty. Okay, and one more time, we're gonna add some glue to this little guy right here, this little cutout. Like for real, I'm sweating. Was it last year? Last year it was super cold like this, and I had gone through my closets, and I didn't have a whole lot of sweaters and stuff. I had gone through my closets and got rid of things. So I have some girlfriends that love to go to the thrift store. I have a really good thrift store here in Corpus. They it's a family thrift store, and they sort everything by color, and then it's sorted by color. Then each section is sorted by size, and then they have like women's dress wear and stuff, and they have some of the cutest clothes. Like I got this sweater for I think $7 at the thrift store, and I bought a whole basket full of sweaters and mock turtlenecks and things, mock turtleneck sweaters for the winter because I didn't have anything. I was here at home and didn't have warm clothes to wear. How do we do this? All right, I'm going to put this right about there. Glue that down just wherever you think looks pretty. And we're going to go ahead and grab another piece of scrap paper. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. Set that aside. I do too. I always forget to stamp on the designer series paper, but this was light enough, and the real red cardstock the real red ink just really pops against this. I think this one, what is this color? It is Calypso Coral, maybe, no. Flirty Flamingo? I think it's Flirty Flamingo is the color that's on this one. All right, we're going to grab our sentiment and stamp it again. Yeah, I felt really good about my purchases from the thrift store. I think I got away with maybe 10 sweaters, and I only spent like $40. Maybe if I spent $10 a sweater, that's probably stretching, that's probably more than less. I know I didn't spend more than $50. Let's put it that way. And their clothes, they're clean and they're nice. They don't put anything out that has holes in them and stuff. I have started donating a lot of my stuff as I'm outgrowing it. Started donating it to an organization called the Purple Door here in Corpus. It's an organization that the profits go to. They benefit sex trafficked people who have been trafficked, human trafficking. So it's just a great, to me, it's just a, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Here we go. When I came home from my crop, it's been the first time since I'd been to a crop with a bunch of other ladies in a very long time. I'm going to take my multi-purpose adhesive, and we're going to go ahead and glue this front down to the card base. We had such a good time, and the lady that hosted at our house, she's super, super sweet. And coming to find out, she's known my cousin since they were little. Small world. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, but I had to come back and unload everything, and it took me about an hour or so to get everything back where I needed it to be. All right, grab a dimensional, 2 dimensionals here. I'm going to put those on the back of our little sentiment circle. And this is the second to the smallest stylish shaped circle. I believe it is, let me see, 1.5 inches. So if you don't have the stylish shaped circles, you can always just use a 1.5 inch punch or whatever size circle you have. Yes, it does. I like to, it does feel good to help where you can. I agree. And you know what? It gets stuff out of my house. We literally took almost 2 carloads of stuff. I know my husband took 1 carload to the Goodwill because it's just right up the street. And then we were headed into town, so we took the other stuff to the other place. But yeah, Christmas, I don't know if anybody else does this, but at Christmas, when I decorate for Christmas, I purge everything at the same time. All right, glue dot for this little bow, and we will put some little pearls on our card and we'll be finished. I'm gonna put the bow right here, grab our pearls. Thanks for sticking around and visiting with me today. It was nice to catch up. Are you still, I don't know, I saw on Facebook, Rondi, that you were somewhere. Not, you were traveling, right? Are y'all still traveling? Add a little here, 1 here, and then we'll do 1 more. Whoop, 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 there it is. Right there. I had a little strip of the paper to finish off the inside of the card. Where did it go? Here we go. I'm going to grab this. This is the paper that I used for these cards. It was the, hold on, gotta sneeze. Woo, excuse me. Oh, how fun. Is it cold in Panama City? Because I'd give anything for some sun right now. Okay, this was the paper, and it's called the Most Adorned, but it has the gold, you know, it has the gold pieces too, and it has some of the, it has the marbled pieces with the gold. It's just, and then it has gold hearts. I mean, it's retired now, but it was so pretty, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was on clearance for like $3 a pack. Anyway, what do we use it on the front? Hold on. I'm gonna grab, I need 4 1/4. No, 4. And then 5 1/2. Go. On my little strip, we're going to finish off the inside of the card, and then we're going to call it done. Okay. Thank you for the blessings. I don't mind the cold. I like the colds. I would much rather it be 100 and, I would much rather it be chilly than it be 100 degrees. But when it gets cold like this, it's like bone-chilling cold, you know? And especially when the other day, literally, I went outside and I think it was warmer outside than it was in my house. And we've insulated almost all the walls. I think this year we might have somebody come and do some blow-in insulation under the floors. Our old neighbor across the street had that done 2 years ago, and he said it really helped with his electric bill too. All of the houses around us are, I think the same gentleman that moved, our house was moved here from downtown Corpus. And I think the guy that lived next door to us, his house was moved here. They were all kind of moved here at the same time. They were putting in a freeway downtown and they took all these houses and moved them. So, and you know me, I have to finish out the inside of my card with just a piece of paper, but there we go. These are our 3 projects for today. Don't you? Let me get them straight here. 2, 3. And then this was the one that we created during Monday's live, Coffee and Card. So if you can't join me today, if you can't join me live on Thursdays, join me live Mondays at 10, where I go live and we have some coffee, tea, grab your favorite hot beverage, and we make just one card. So it's usually less than 30 minutes. Yes, every time we did the blow-in insulation, we like rented the machine from Home Depot. And as we were renovating each room, because all of the walls have shiplap, like 100-year-old shiplap, and so my husband would have to tear the top rung of shiplap off, and we would blow the insulation in, and any insulation that we had left, he would go up in the attic and blow it in the attic. So we just kind of did that almost every room. I don't think we've done the craft room because, like I said, it is the center room, so it's insulated. We did the guest bedroom, the kitchen. We haven't done the living room yet. We completely gutted the kitchen and redid it, so those walls have all been insulated. We even insulated the interior walls. So yes, I am all set for Valentine's Day now. Anyway, I thank you guys for being here with me. Like I said, if you would like to have the card kit sent to you as a free gift, just place a $35 order in my online store. And don't forget, if you order the $35 for the kit and you order an additional $30, that would be 60. That'll get you to 60, so you can order an item from the Celebration catalog too. It's a win-win. So with this kit, I will send you all of the cardstock. It'll be pre-cut cardstock, designer series paper, and the circle dies because they're not part of the bundle. So I'll send you all of that with envelopes as a free gift for your order. All right, and I will see you. Don't forget to check my blog tomorrow. I'll have alternate projects tomorrow. I think I may case some of the cards from the Celebration catalog so that we can see those instead of it just looking like it's all Valentine stuff. So tune in for that. Check my blog tomorrow. That'll be there. I'll also post the video replay on my blog. Tomorrow I should have a video coming out with all of the details about the subscription club. So if you're interested in that, check back. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I really enjoyed visiting with you. And we will see you soon. Come back and join me on Monday. Okay? We'll see you soon. Bye.